We'd like to welcome everyone to another episode of the Gangster Chronicles podcast, and I got my boy.
Yeah.
Man, tonight we got some special guests in here, man. We got, a legend in here and a future legend, a future Hall of Famer. One Hall of Famer, one first ballot Hall of Famer, and another one, he gonna have his time coming pretty soon, but he far from done. Well, neither one of them is far from done. We got the homies Kokane and Glasses Malone in the building.
Official.
Yeah, man. So what's happening tonight, fellas?
Man, appreciate you having us on this platform. I've been meaning to come up here for a minute, but it's the right time right now. So
For sure. We've been planning this for a minute now.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, indeed.
Glasses, this is about his 100th time on the show, so I don't even know why I gave him an introduction. I'm starting to think this nigga live in the back of the closet or something.
I was here the first day when you came up with this shit.
Yeah, that's crazy, huh?
Yeah.
Look where we at right now, 200-something episodes later.
I was telling her, hey, that shit just so fancy, screen back here, big time now.
He doing a little something.
Big time.
He trying to do a little something.
So big time now.
That's us, dog. That's us, man. So, 50 years in on hip-hop, man. And, in those 50 years, I would say probably one of the most pivotal things to happen in rap music was gangster rap, or reality rap. We said we're going to start calling it reality rap.
Right.
Brothers talking about tales from the streets, what's going on in their neighborhood. One of the forefathers of that on the West Coast, as many, you got Ice-T that came before him. You got the brother Schoolie D that did it good. He put his version of what it was, but to me, it really didn't gain no bunch of significance until it hit the West Coast.
Right.
And you was one of the pioneering labels, man, Ruthless Records.
Right.
How the hell you link up with EazyE? And you was originally from Pomona, right?
Right.
Pomona, California, right?
Right.
How did you link up with EazyE?
Well, through my cousin, Code 187, Above the Law, Go Mac, rest in peace, Laylaw, the late great KMG, Total Chaos. It was back in early '89, just when their record was about to come out, Living Like Hustlers. And, I did a 3-song demo in Pomona, California, and first signed a production deal with Larry Goodman, Laylaw. And, that landed me a deal through EazyE. EazyE heard me when Hutch, and Laylaw shot the kite to him. And it didn't take long for me to sign because, Eazy loved controversy, so he tripped off the name Kokane. But he was like, damn, it's like when a person is on cocaine, you don't know how your mind state gonna be because you do so many different styles. I'm fucking with you, so it didn't take long for me to get signed to Ruthless Records.
Oh, for sure, man. I know Eazy, man, to me, he don't get enough credit for what he did in the game and what his legacy is.
Right.
Because he pretty much brought street music to the forefront. When you heard them records like 8 Ball, Boys in the Hood, and all these different records that gave you a glimpse of California. What's funny is I came out to California in 1988.
Right.
So that's when Dope Man started hitting across the country kind of like. And I remember I heard that song and I was like, damn, man, I wonder it made me wonder about the city of Compton. I was a nigga, riding the street with one of my homeboys in Cleveland. That song came on the radio. He looked at me and said, man, you sure you want to go out there with them Compton niggas and them Crips?
Right.
Your ass wasn't supposed to be over here. You supposed to went down. Where else you had a scholarship to go to?
Man, I could have went to Coffeyville, Kansas. Thank God I did. I came out to the West Coast.
This nigga
Sound like some shit
you want to go to Coffeyville?
Nigga been tossing hay and everything. Nigga back there.
I wasn't having it, man. I wasn't having it.
Fucking hay.
I wasn't going nowhere to no Coffeyville, man. I knew this is where I needed to be.
What made you want to come to California? I never asked you that. All these years I know you.
Man, you know what's crazy outside of football, man? I think I said this a few episodes ago. Looking at Ice-T's album cover, I actually told Darlene that. Shout out to Darlene Ortiz. I met her up here. Yeah. And I said, you and Ice-T the reason I wanted to come to California.
So you saw a fucking album cover and that made you want to come here?
That actually led to my decision, man, of going to Coffeyville or coming out here to Los Angeles.
Because I know you had to compare like Los Angeles, Coffeyville.
Man, it wasn't even no comparison.
Because I know football in the Midwest is big.
Yeah, it is, but I'm not thinking about football. I'm thinking about what I'm gonna be doing.
He want to come out here
to get all this crib shit.
I said, I'm thinking about what I'm
low rider,
the hood and shit.
Darlene, he was like, they got them out there in California.
Yes,
all the, what do they call them? Extracurricular activities.
You came here and got you a Darlene, boy.
For all these, you know what? That's what I wanted, man. I said I want a bra like that. I want a chain like that, man. And I said I wanted a sack. My boy Fonby supplied the sack.
Yeah, this nigga's
I said, I want a sack. I was listening to that music, and it sounded like it made it fun to sound being a D-boy.
Was
LAD
Cleveland-
boy.
Was crack already in Cleveland when you left?
Oh, hell yeah, it started already infiltrating and everything. So I'd actually start dibbling and dabbling a little bit when I was back at the crib.
What's the most you ever had, a 50?
Man, shooting Ohio, 50, man. Out here, I was fucking with zones and shit, you know?
When Ohio's 50 pack.
50 pieces, yeah, 50
50 piece in Ohio had to be little.
Serving them dackers.
Hell yeah, it was a little.
50 piece probably is like a dime out here.
Cut like a motherfucker. They used to call that shit blow up. Motherfucker, shit, people hit that shit get the blowing up and popping and shit, man.
Blow up, nigga.
Hell yeah, niggas out there
It's
selling
fucked up 'cause
blow up.
everybody on
that's
this side
like
of the couch is like,
Chestbuster.
niggas all sold that at one. Every nigga up here sold blow up.
Hell yeah, nigga had some
Chest
blow up. That
buster.
shit would blow
Once
up in
or
your
twice.
face. That shit would blow up in your face. They'd get
Okay,
it.
I remember when you first came out, because you know, I think Ruthless at the time, your deal was, if I'm not mistaken, went through Epic,
Yeah.
and they had controversy with your name because I remember they had promo cards with
Right.
us on them,
Right.
and they had you as Who Am I?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was Al Masaku and Kenny Cambassaw at that time.
Al fucking Masaku.
Because, you know, and Warriors Moorfield was cool. But, you know, Eric had landed a big deal and he was considered our West Coast Russell Simmons because
Right.
it was like the biggest deal at that time with an epic distribution. We had Above the Law, Kokane, and Poor Broken Lonely.
I remember Poor
You know what I'm
Broken
saying?
Lord. Yeah.
Poor
And
Broken Lonely was.
That's R&B.
that was an R&B group, Chris the Glove, who did a lot of stuff.
No,
with
Chris.
Drake.
Yeah, shout out to Chris. He mixed on one of my
so,
records. Chris was R&B singer.
oh man, he's an incredible producer.
Right.
producing for
Definitely, definitely.
Incredible producer.
Was he singing?
I don't know if he was
No,
really
I
singing.
don't think he was singing.
But once they signed on, we was going everywhere to Abbey Road back in the days. This was prior
England.
before the, out here, Abbey Road.
Abbey
Downtown
Road
LA.
distributors. Yeah, the distributors.
Y'all niggas-
Violet Brown,
Big
shout out.
distributor.
Y'all
Oh, yeah,
niggas is
yeah,
one
yeah,
level
yeah,
above
yeah. That
us.
was
Keep-
before
let
your
me get this
time.
game.
man.
Yeah.
Shout out to
And it was
Violet
right-
Brown.
And the
Let me get
crazy
this
shit
game.
was,
Yeah.
it was right over in Watts a little bit.
Yeah.
Like
down
Lockheed?
like off of Alameda
Yeah,
somewhere.
down off Alameda
Yeah,
because
yeah.
actually Abbey Road was where we would go buy the records at.
Yeah.
I had an account at Abbey Road.
Violet Brown-
I
Retailers,
used to
yeah.
I used
Yeah, Violet Brown used to take us around there.
I
Shout out to
I
Violet
used to
Brown.
steal me a gang of cassettes going through Abbey Road, man. You know.
Oh, hell yeah,
Yeah,
man.
God
Come on,
damn
man.
it. That was like the biggest West Coast distributor as far as a lot of products. So
Yeah.
we would do a lot of promotional shit at Abbey Road.
Yeah.
Signings and shit for the retailers
Yeah,
and all
that's
that
what
shit.
I did. I met
Definitely.
EPMD up there as a retailer. You know, we would go get, we had the pictures in our stores back in the day with people signing them. We would get those at a lot of the, at the wholesale spots. Abbey Road, West Coast record distributors, all those other spots you go pick up your retail from.
And one stop.
CDs,
That's a
yeah.
one stop, right?
That was a one stop, and plus that was back in the days.
Yeah.
We used to go to record pools. Foot, rest in peace. Scott was a big significant part of this game, but once they, it was like about 3 months before my record was gonna come out, and they decided to change it because the FCC laws wouldn't permit them to say cocaine on the
Right.
radio. Even though we changed it now, saying when you listen to Kokane, it's like it's a mind trip. You don't know what this nigga gonna do, but it's gonna be funky. They wasn't having that. They were stuck in tradition.
Yeah, definitely.
So the last name, they changed my name. I had a cut out there called Nickel Slick Nigga. A lot of niggas was on that shit. In 1991, I finished the record in 89. I had to wait for Above the Law to put out Living Like Hustlers, which was one of the most prolific albums, on the project on the West Coast at that time. And they changed my name. They said, who am I? So when a lot of niggas was going to the stores,
Like, what's up with that?
it was like, well, who the fuck is this?
Yeah,
We looking for
it
cocaine.
confused a lot of people.
Yeah.
Gangster Chronicles, we gon' tell you how it goes. If I lie, my nose will grow like Pinocchio. We gon' tell you the truth and nothing but the truth. Gangster Chronicles, this is not your average show.